I thought this was really cool. So this is why the thumbnail was GODAI. It's obviously GODAI whale. So Decentralize Me has called on the real God whale, and he said, this is a pitch to God whale to fund a comprehensive digital marketing program which is run by the community for Pulsechain. So let's maximize the awareness phase for community for freedom for Pulsechain. So I actually haven't watched this yet. So I just thought, you know, I want to try and stream every day, and sometimes I don't really know what to talk about. So let's watch this together. So let's watch this together, and let's comment on it. If you guys have got some comments on it, please comment. And if not, I'm just gonna comment on it as we watch it together. So
calling on the God whale. The route to professional marketing for Pulsechain.
Hang on a minute. Calling on the... What was...
Calling on the God...
God whale. It should be GODAI whale. GODAI whale.
Well, the route to professional marketing for Pulsechain. This video is a pitch to the God whale to fund a comprehensive digital marketing strategy to put Pulsechain on the map and increase its mindshare. We're currently experiencing a lot of negative PR that goes unanswered within media outlets. Marketing efforts are predominantly focused on a single platform, X. The communication is largely done through threads, with little unique professional content being created. And the content that is being produced is largely being consumed by the same audience. I propose that it's time to hire a comprehensive marketing agency and start playing on the same field as the largest blockchains. A full-stack marketing agency can deliver positive PR. Richard Hart is the savior of crypto. It's time more people understood this. We need to expand outside of X, on other social media platforms, news outlets, and search engines.
Richard Hart is the savior of crypto. I think that statement is really quite profound. I see energy. When obviously I talk about religions and spirituality quite a lot on here, but when I look at the history of religion, when I look at someone like Jesus who brought the truth to the world, I don't see Romans crucifying a Jew. I see negative energy not being able to accept positive energy. And so this is exactly what I see with Richard Hart. I see positive energy presenting the truth, and then it's competing against negative energy. And so the old world is against the new world. It's the old world, the dark energy, versus the new world, the positive energy. So that's what I see. So really, Richard Hart is a savior. Imagine if Jesus came now. Imagine if Jesus actually came down from the clouds right now. I guarantee you, I mean, for a start, Jesus wasn't white. There's historical evidence to suggest that Jesus wasn't the white dude that we see in all the churches and all the depictions of him. So he was actually he was more dark skinned and fat nosed. So he probably looks more like me. And who's going to believe that it's Jesus? No one's going to believe it. Even if he says the words that are true, no one's going to believe it. It's the same as Richard Hart. Even when he's saying the true words, no one actually believes it. So I think that's very interesting. Richard is a savior of Pulsechain, of cryptocurrency rather.
Pulsechain is premium blockchain technology. It's time to put out content that's in keeping with this. Time to reach the wider audience. The problem is that if Richard were to promote Pulsechain through traditional media streams himself as a good investment opportunity, Pulsechain would risk being deemed as a security, bringing it under regulatory scrutiny. So how can we solve for this? We can use an intermediary. This is an established model used by other chains. Who donate to an intermediary who acts on their behalf, funding marketing activity in the best interest of the chain. God whale, donate to me. I've already set up a UK limited liability company who I will fund using your donation. I will then employ a digital marketing agency.
GODAI.
And we already have one lined up who are keen to work with us, and have executed this exact model 4 times already. This is the team from the Pulsechain community. I have experience managing sales and marketing teams, along with hiring and managing multiple marketing agencies of
Osprey, what a dude, and Decentralize Me, what a dude.
Various types. I also received a digital marketing qualification whilst at Visa, completing a course that usually costs around £2,000. I've partnered with Osprey. He has been an admin for pDAI and led their marketing efforts for the past year or so. He has 10 years of marketing experience, working with a variety of clients across various digital marketing streams. The marketing agency I've chosen is Coinbound. a leading crypto marketing agency who have worked with over 800 clients. They've worked with some big names and have a broad experience in terms of the types of companies they've worked with. Speaking to them, they were aware of Pulsechain, understand it, and have experience working in this intermediary model that I'm proposing. And as they have experience in this, they will ensure that our setup is compliant. This is what the structure of the marketing efforts will look like. We will be signed an account manager.
Okay, so essentially, just so we can kind of wrap our heads around this as we're going along, Richard himself, as the founder of Pulsechain, cannot actually provide any marketing efforts because it would be considered a security. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to set up something where he, as a part of the community, will spearhead the marketing efforts for this particular blockchain. So this is very cool. And he's teaming up with Osprey. So both very, very cool dudes.
Coinbound, who will have an executive sponsor, who they refer to internally as a fractional CMO. With our direction, they will create plans for content creation and distribution on social media platforms outside of X. They'll manage paid ads, paid and earned media, and will strategically select influencers to sponsor.
Oh, I'll put my hand up.
Osprey will manage 2 accounts. One will be an X account distributing the new professional content. The other will be focused on providing visibility to the community on the digital marketing program. Budget will be allocated to paid advertising. Ads will be placed on various platforms. We will lead with A/B testing and refine strategy over time. We can be incredibly targeted with these ads, targeting users who likely hold ERC20s or have a good income and are becoming curious about crypto. Paid and earned media. The slanderous content on media outlets remains unanswered. It's ridiculous. One of the only good actors in crypto is being painted as an enemy of the industry. But people don't know what they don't know. Richard is an advocate of true decentralized finance. He called all of the scams of the last bull run. He's being demonized by the powers that be as he upsets the status quo. He is the people's champion. It's time more people had the opportunity to realize this. Influencers, a controversial topic within our community, but this is a proven way to reach engaged audiences. We should strategically be engaging with influencers whose audiences need saving. Our focus will be on the opportunity Pulsechain presents. There will be no promotion for projects outside of Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex, and the ERC20 copies as a whole. We will focus on ensuring the truth about Richard is more widely known, finally providing a counter to the narrative being pushed by those threatened by our champion. The successful outrage marketing campaign is complete. It's humble Richard time. Time for professionalism.
In the context of this, this phase of the outrage marketing is over. So I'm going to share the clip with Richard Hart on the Christmas stream because I think that that's very important for us to really sort of seep into our consciousness. And yeah, the reason why I'm playing this type of clip as well is I haven't actually watched this clip yet. This is my first time watching this clip, and I know that for like this tends. I'm just trying different kinds of content, right? Because I'm trying to stream every day, and I know I was just saying like. I know the kids love watching people play video games online, and I'm just like, why don't you just play it? Why don't you just play the game instead of watching somebody else play it? But that's what I used to do with my cousin every Saturday. We'd watch him play Nintendo. Battletoads. Shout out to Battletoads if anyone knows that. So let's get back into the video.
Digital marketing can be incredibly targeted. We can target people based on their age and income demographics as well as their interests. Coinbound operate on a monthly retainer with monthly fees to be paid up front. They require a 2-month minimum commitment. They have the traditional agency model. You're billed based on hours with fees taken on media spend. GODAI, fund this. Here are some annual budget options. To limit your exposure, donate the minimum contract length of 2 months payment. Whichever of these numbers you donate, I will know what the annual budget is, and we will create a plan with the agency accordingly. I will ensure there is full transparency on how this budget is spent, posting the activity we are conducting along with the budget used versus the traction and the return on investment. On that X account dedicated to community visibility, we will take community feedback and adjust our strategies accordingly. Osprey and myself will pay ourselves $5,000 a month with a $1,000 a month budget for accounting, legal, and internal systems. We'll use this amount from the budget up until the peg, where we'll continue to work but waive these fees and instead assign them as budget to the agency. A lot of people will probably be thinking, Richard's never going to trust a faceless account to do this. And I understand why. Even the biggest believers in...
That's the beauty of DeFi. We don't need Richard, to trust it or not, because we're a community. So anyone can start to do these kinds of ideas. So if Decentralized Me starts to do this idea with Osprey and it ends up proving to be successful, then the community is going to roll with it. This is the real beauty of decentralized communities, decentralized ecosystems. And this is why, again, the fun about, okay, look, I don't want Richard to go to prison. I don't want anything negative to happen to Richard. But also, the blockchain will go on with or without him. That's the thing. It's here. The code is here. It's done. It doesn't need Richard. That's the thing. But of course, we want him to be here because he's like our spirit leader.
And pDAI have moments of doubt over me. They think, I never validate the stuff this guy says. Can I really trust him? And maybe they're right. Maybe you won't want to fund this. But we're in a unique situation, aren't we, Richard? Because you're one of the only people who really know that I have been truthful, that I am genuine, that I've been acting altruistically for over a year now. And you must be aware of me by now. Your fingerprints are all over our proposals. You would have seen that I get what you're doing on Pulsechain. I understand the mission and see the true value. Give me a megaphone, give me a budget, and I will deliver.
I love it. I love the idea. I think it's a brilliant, 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 brilliant concept because it takes away, I mean, obviously, like we said, Richard is not allowed to do this. It has to be community. It has to be done by the community. Otherwise, it ends up being classified as a security, which is a massive problem. So this is a brilliant idea. I don't know whether I might even seen, I'm not going to say, wow. Okay. So already a massive thank you on behalf of the community to whoever just sent 55,000 to the marketing fund. And a thank you from me for placing your trust in me. So somebody's already given 55,000 and they've already reached the 100K mark already, thanks to another massive contribution of 53K. So 109K. Wow. I mean, this is brilliant because these are the types of things that we actually need to do because it's an unfortunate consequence of who is Richard Hart. So basically what he's talking about, even though people will do this on, so who is Richard Hart? The first thing you're going to see is the Finnish police seized his wallets. Finnish police, watchers. So this is full of shit. This is also full of shit. There's no factual evidence to back any of these articles up. There's the corrupt SEC. There's also the corrupt SEC. There's these pieces of shit here who are fudding. All you need to know about Richard Hart, a prominent figure in crypto company, in the cryptocurrency world. All right, this is actually not so bad. This is actually not so bad, to be perfectly honest. There's things that aren't completely 100% negative, but this is the degree. This is what people see. So when people come like, okay, well, if just say less people do want to find out about Pulsechain and they want to learn about Richard Hart, but this is the things that they're going to find straight away. So basically what he's saying is this marketing agency that he's trying to develop, that he's trying to put together, is going to counteract this crap, this trash, because what gets it up in Google ranks, what gets it up in Twitter is people interacting with it. So we need to do that. And I tried on my website to put some content out positively about Richard Hart. And what we really need to do is backlink. So we backlink with each other. So these are the things that we have to do to fight against this. It's us against, it shouldn't be us against the world. It's really really annoying. Like I know, this just for the record, I'm an OG Hexagon, day one Hexagon, but I wasn't really around cryptocurrencies, social media in those days. I was just doing my own thing. I was too busy working. I had 3 jobs. But one of my buddies, one of my best friends, he was like, the FUD was so much worse with Hex. Basically, he was basically saying it was everything that we had with Charles Hoskinson, but times that by 3, but every single day. So you have all these influencers every single day calling Richard Hart a scammer, a scammer, a scammer. And I'm like, why? Why are these people calling him a scammer? And again, it's one of 2 reasons. One, well, actually, it's a variety of reasons. One, He fudded their bags. When you fud their bags, it's survival here. Money's tied to survival. When you fud somebody's bags, you're basically like taking away their food. You're taking away their shelter. You're taking away their survival. 2, they don't own any of the tokens that he promotes, so it's not in their interest to promote it. So it's in their interest to get clickbait. So they'll just promote negative things. They don't want to promote anything positive. And 3, which is the most malicious of all, is there's the corrupt SEC and all these corrupt government agencies who basically see what he's doing, that is like destabilizing the traditional financial system. So they're trying to like pay people and influence people to put out this negative crap. But the amount of FUD that Hex received is like much, much more than Pulsechain. So we're lucky. We're lucky. So even as bad as this is, imagine what the OG Hexicans would have put up with. So from that perspective, I'm going to come at compassion with the OG Hexicans. And so I understand where they come from.